Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, man. Check this out, man. I want to send a special shout out, man, to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man. You know, the real GOAT of the NBA. Outside the court and on the court. You know what I'm saying? For saying what Michael Jordan should have said about police brutality. That the police don't value black lives. Now, keep in mind, Kareem said that he had family members. He said his father was in law enforcement, but he still had the guts to call out the police on their blatant harassment and brutality towards black men, you know, and black people in general. I'm not going to just say black men because I have to add Sandra Bland, you know, but in most cases, black men. So, you know, that's the thing, man. Kareem was one of them dudes, you know, he put himself on the front line. And see, the thing was, Kareem was so good to where you couldn't do nothing to him because he, you know what I'm saying? He was that good. The sky hook, most unstoppable shot ever. And see, that's why niggas like Stephen A. Smith, they full of shit where they try to say, well, it was a different time. This guy, Stephen A. Smith, he is just such a disgusting person. He is disgustingly, I mean, he is just a disgusting individual, and he is just a gutless ass nigga. I mean, he really loved that $2 million that he make every year, $2.5 million that he make every year. I mean, he willing to say anything, and I mean, he willing to bark like a dog if ESPN tell him to. But that's what I'm talking about. He's sitting up there cooning with Charles Barkley and Karl Malone and the rest of them sucker ass motherfuckers, while you got an OG and Kareem, like I said, who put himself on the front line. Not only did he put his rep. Let me tell you something. Back then, when Kareem and Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali, Harold Belafonte, a couple of other guys, when they was sitting up there fighting for the rights of black men and black people in general, them dudes were putting their life on the line. They could have been killed, assassinated, but they risked it all. Wasn't worried about basketball or football or their careers. They were worried about saving black people. And that's why I'ma always respect Kareem. Because he did what Michael Jordan was too chicken shit to do. And for Stephen A. Smith to say that bullshit, oh well, if he would have said something back then, he wouldn't be where he is now, to where he could, like, you know what? When I hear him talk like that, it just make me sick, because it's just like, this dude is such a fucking coward. I mean, this is the same Stephen A. Smith that, you know, threw Rob Parker under the bus, that bitched up when Rob Parker said what he said about RG3, which has some merit to it. Which, by the way, Rob Parker wasn't fired for what he said. He got fired because, you know, he exposed ESPN when he said, hey, they told me to talk about this. And when, you know, the backlash happened, you know, ESPN needed a scapegoat. They needed a lapdog. So they put it on Rob Parker. And when Rob Parker was like, hey, they the ones that told me to say it. So why the fuck you get mad at me? See, you ain't never supposed to do that. And unfortunately, Rob Parker's contract was coming up. And he ended up, you know, not getting brought back. And the funny part about it is, Rob Parker used to destroy Skip Bayless in debates. I mean, he used to destroy him. But, you know, it is what it is. But that's what I'm saying about guys like Kareem. I respect the fuck out of Kareem. I respect the fuck out of Jim Brown. I respect Ali too. Now, I had some issues with Ali, some of the shit, but I respected Ali for most part. The real problem that I had with Ali was the shit he did to Joe Frazier. I had a big problem with that. But, you know, neither one of these dudes are here anymore, so, you know, it is what it is. But this is what I'm saying. These are guys that spoke out against racism, police brutality then. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, Kareem is like 69, 70 years old, man. And he out there speaking. And he spoke his mind, man. You know, and I don't want to hear people say that, well, Kareem is retired and all that shit. Like I say, I'm going to tell you something about Kareem. Kareem wanted to coach in the NBA. And he never got a chance to be a head coach, man, because people held it against him, you know, about how he was as a person. They held it against him that he was a political figure. Trust me, I know this. You know what I'm saying? Where you had, you know, Michael Jordan, who was getting people traded, you know what I'm saying, who didn't stand up for a teammate, who got blackballed out the league for wearing a motherfucking dashiki. You know what I'm saying? You know, Michael Jordan and that other racist, David Stern, they got that dude removed from the league. David Stern made sure that Hodges never got another job again in the NBA. He made sure that no team ever signed him, which was complete bullshit. But anyway, man, getting back to Kareem, man, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of Kareem, man, for coming out, man, you know, and speaking. And I hope this inspires other NBA, man, other NBA players, other athletes in general, man. You know, speak out, man. Stop being scared, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like Carmelo say, man, you can't be worried about tennis shoe deals and all that type of shit, man. Because it's like this, man. If you good enough, a good enough player, they're gonna let you get away with certain shit. And I'm gonna tell you something. Carmelo Anthony ain't breaking the law. Carmelo Anthony is that good of a basketball player because Carmelo Anthony is a borderline first ballot Hall of Famer. I say borderline because he hasn't really won a championship. Well, not really. I'm gonna just say he hasn't won a championship. But he is a borderline first ballot Hall of Famer. You know, he has the numbers to prove it. So I'm just saying, just to be saying, you know. But shout out, man, to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man. I'm out, man.